Yo, hey, what's up guys? In today's video we're gonna take a look at Packmaster Shayak. I think that's wrong pronunciation, but please Plarium, give us better names to actually say them out loud. And we are on the test server right now. I will be able to show you all the things you can do for the current fusion. That will be, I think, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after or something, but he will be available for the next one. And we're gonna take a look at him and I will show you where he's good at, but at the moment he is kind of he has an awkward positioning right now because his best kit is locked behind having one of those hounds behind it. And yeah, we will test out those hounds again also, no problem. But at the moment, they are not the best ones in the world. And they teased us to get us a new hound on the whenever. We don't know when that actually is happening, if the champion is any good or so. So it's kind of an awkward positioning for him to, yeah, but at the moment he's best at his base kit, and maybe in the future we will get a champion that is basically really nice with him or not so great. We can't tell right now, but the future will tell. So I'm gonna show you in this video where he's actually shining, what you can do with him and all those cool things. The first thing, we're gonna talk about dungeons. He is actually not in many places really nice. I have to admit that one. Like Iron Twins, for example, why should he be in there? And maybe we should go over his kit quickly so everybody's on the same page. So we will take a look quickly at the skills and stuff so we know what's up. So on the A1, he's basically putting a decreased defense out there with a certain percentage. And if you have a hound, like a fell hound or something in there, that champion will join your attack. So basically, if you put him and 4 hounds and he does A1, all of them will ally attack all the time. That's kind of a cool thing, but like I said, the hounds are not the best in the world at the moment, and we will test Fellhound in a Hydra team in a little bit. And you will see kind of what I mean. It is nice, but not the best in the world. And also, he does have a Taunt that is kind of really nice on him. Taunt, reflect damage, and a shield. The shield is, he's healing himself basically, and then overheal goes into shield. Most of the time, if you build him really tanky, it is gonna be a really nice juicy shield, and he will cover his ass for himself. That is no problem. The taunt is on a 3-turn cooldown. That is really nice, to be honest. 3-turn cooldown for 2-turn duration is really nice, and we can do something about it, but not as much as you might think, because the cooldown from like an Emic, for example, going from a 4-turn to a 3-turn doesn't matter too much on the end. You will know what I mean in the end. For like example, a taunt loop in Hydra. So, and also we do have a block buffs, really nice one that goes through Poison Cloud. That is really nice, and it also cannot weak hit because it is no attack. Also fills the turn meter of your champions and stuff. That is nice. And for example, like on the taunt one, if you have a hound in there, your taunt will be protected and your free reflect damage and stuff. So that is a really nice thing. If the future hound is really nice, that will become maybe meta for Hydra. That could be actually one of those really nice things. And yeah, block buffs, and also they have some effects when there are hounds in there, but like I said, they are not the best in the world. And also his passive is really nice. Kind of. When he gets attacked, he puts a hex on the champion on who got attacked, who attacked him for 1 turn. Yeah, 1 turn is nice, and also he will increase the damage those champion will receive by 20% of the hex. That is really nice, like a hex booster. You get more damage out of hex. They're really, really nice. Who doesn't appreciate that one? But it's kind of awkward sometimes, for example, in Hydra, because if they are dead, they're not attacking you, so you will not get a hex out of there, and you kind of need a second hex layer and stuff like that, but it is kind of appreciated. And also, when the hounds are in there, they will attack, they will counter attack when they attack him, and that is really nice. But like I said again, the hounds are not the best in the world. So let's go back into dungeon, so we kind of know what he does now. Excuse me. And yeah, for example, Iron Twins, he wouldn't be so nice. There's nothing he actually brings to the team. Like block buffs is not, does nothing for you. And the poison keeps, we are not talking about them. Like who's talking about them? Mine or not. Like Ice Golem, he's not bringing anything. Like there are other teams that should be done in there than bringing a Packmaster. In Spider, maybe, like for the old ones, like the Spider's 20s and stuff, maybe he could go in there, like the Spiderlings attacking him and then you attack back and stuff with hounds and stuff or whatever. Kind of he is just being there to be the tank and he has the taunt, so automatically they will attack him. That could be something for you, that is nice, but on the hard mode I don't think he is really at all appreciated in there, that he does nothing technically for you, because the Spider is faster than the Spiderlings and the Spiderlings basically never take a turn, and then what does he do actually for you? So not too much, but he could be something for you on lower stages. That could be okay. If you need it, that's okay. Dragon, he's not doing anything, like for real. Maybe on stage 20s or something, he can bring something for you. If you put a Brimstone on him and let him doing solo stage 20 or something on the normal mode, maybe. On Fire Knight, to be honest, there could be, that's still in the future. When you put him in here and also you get another Hound, for example, then it would be, maybe if the Hound is specialized for Fire Knight, then it could be super meta, make your life really, really easy. But we can tell, we don't know the champion right now. So the thing where he really shines, Sand Devil does nothing, but where he really shines is Phantom Shogun. You go in there, I will do it manual right now. I haven't set up a speed tune. All those things I'm gonna show you basically need later on a speed tune, and I will keep you up to date. Like I will get those numbers out there. I will make a team, and don't you worry. But at the moment I'm just doing it on manual, so you can kind of see what he actually is bringing to you and whatnot. For Phantom Shogun, one of the easiest way to control the boss is, to be honest, having a taunt. Like for example our Astrid, she got the enfeeble debuff, and also, yes, you can just, she got the enfeeble now, and the boss tries to do an attack the next time on the enfeebled guy and spreading that enfeeble. But if you counteract and put a taunt on another champion, the boss is just not be able to put the attack on the, for example, our case Astrid, and of course he cannot spread any enfeeble if he attacks a champion that does not have enfeeble. And check this out, we have animation, yeah, bugged, because you see right now I'm gonna do the attack, and did you see it? He's animation broken, just a little side thing. And yeah, we have our Hound right here in there, so he will just, I thought maybe he wasn't gonna do counter attack, but just a quick warning, it does not work on Phantom Shogun because he has the block passive, and that is basically a passive, so your Hounds will not attack in here, just to show you that is actually not working. And also we can use like his turn meter fill, that is super okay. Like, and you see already we didn't spread the enfeeble, just one champion got it, and if you get your enfeeble target, like making him super tanky, and he will just stay alive, put some regen gear or a healer around him, and just instead of a Mikage, put a healer in there and something, and you can basically create a taunt loop where every time the boss is trying to spread the debuff, then your taunt champion will come in there and just take it on him, and he's not be able to spread it. So this is super nice. I can end the completely run, I can like, yeah, but I think we should go on, and it is easy. I did it already, like I spent like 3 minutes to manual it, but I don't want to waste your time, and it is basically super easy if my champions don't die. And yeah, that's all about dungeons, like for real. I don't see him being used too much. For arena, I don't think so. I'm not a specialist in arena, to be honest, so I maybe other content creators are coming up with something, him being used in arena or something, would be cool to see, and yeah, but I'm just not a guy for arena, so I can't technically tell you. And yeah, for Demon Lord, he will be kind of, you can use him for the stun, to make a team that always puts the stun on him and cleanse it from him, and it's kind of affinity friendly. It does not change because you having like other champions in wrong affinities, the boss is gonna attack whoever you like. You kind of know what I mean. So the stun always goes on him, even if you have like weak affinity champions in there and stuff. But to be honest, it is not the best way, because you still need all those man-eaters, emics, wash cards, and those other teams around him to basically make all the job work. What can be done if you just do it the right way in front with other champions, and they will just control the stun all the time. And yeah, so, but the highlight of his kit is Hydra. I will use him now in a team like that. Wait, let's not go on. I think we have been on hard. I was just testing on hard and stuff because I do not think, to be honest, I was testing it out, but I just don't think like he should be a nightmare on the end. I was just testing him out, and I will show you quickly like stats on those champions that you can see. We will basically compare damage dealers right now, not the best ones in the world. Like Astrid is known for being a really good damage dealer, but not the best in the world. And also Shamael, I know he's +4, but that's kind of what we want to know. Like, can that be kind of important for you, that you can bring him like important damage on your Felhound? And I will show you his stats. And I have to admit, I could boost his stats probably a little bit more. He's not the best. He does not have 6-star crushing rend. And also my team does not have, let me show his kit quickly, like A1. And he's based around defense and attack. I do not have increased defense right now. So he could be doing more damage than you will see in like a second and stuff. We will just quickly jump into it. Let's see first of all, and then we will jump into a video where I did the whole run and we can see like the damage comparison. I know the rest of the team is kind of like Sulfurion, yeah, and Krona or something is his name. I kind of forgot his name. They're not the easiest in the world, but I thought that is a really nice comparison to damage dealers each other, and they don't matter. I just tried to get my puzzle system the right way, so we got everything to do damage the whole time instead of just sometimes not placing the block buffs or something. And yeah, so he is in here and he's doing the block buffs first of all. That is really nice, so we don't get the increased speed, the reflect damage and stuff. You don't want that. But also we got burn, so if the poison cloud goes out there, we just can smack it away, place debuffs and like we want still. But Packmaster is actually doing the block buffs through those poison clouds, and that could be really, really clutch for you. To be honest, that is one of his really good things that he can bring to the table, because it goes just through everything and it does not weak attack. So 97% chance to get it all the way done if you have your accuracy. Really nice. And also what he's bringing is a taunt like delay. At the moment, he's the only champion that does the taunt. He doesn't have any reset champions around him, so he's just doing his taunt for 2 turns, then he's gonna do a 1, he's losing the taunt, and then he's gonna reapply. That means the eating part of the game, like when you get eaten, it will be delayed by a couple turns. So every time you have it a little bit more smoother to not get eaten all the time. For some teams that is really, really clutch, because they get eaten over and over and over. And if that gets just delayed over time, that will be much smoother for you, so you can do something. So that is a really nice thing. And also, I actually put him in Merciless and Reflex right now to make him kind of more of a like mischief target first of all. Then he has, like, when he gets his Merciless proc or Reflex one time, he just need 1 reset on a certain skill. Then he can just reapply it again. But of course he has 2 skills that won't be all the time the taunt. So I'm kind of pokering right now, but on the end it will delay even further, because the taunt will sometimes be reapplied twice back to back, and the eating part will just get down, like delayed on the end. And that is a really cool, nice thing. And also that means we can create taunt loops. Of course, we're gonna jump into that in... Let me jump now into the video where we actually see the damage, what that one here did and stuff, and then we will talk about the taunt loops. Alright, the run has been done, and look at our dog Felhound, 109 million damage. It is really nice damage for everybody that does not have one of those meta champions, but keep in mind, my Felhound had like really nice gear on my account. You saw the stats, they haven't been the best, but you can also increase it by just having Crushing Rend on a 6-star and also put increased defense somehow in here, and you will be doing way more damage. And for everybody that does not have a meta champion for DPS, that could maybe be something, and that is super cool. But also, he is one of the best in this team, 115 million on Shamael. Shamael is well known for being a super nice damage dealer in here. He is +4 on my account, and I showed you the stats, not the highest in the world, but also not the lowest. I think he has better stats than actually our Felhound, and he did just a couple more millions on it. And Astrid, like in comparison, she just did half of his damage, and that is really nice. So it is something you can do, and I always appreciate new things that you can kind of have a little bit fun of, and maybe you just want to do it for fun sometimes, and you have the options on the end if you go for him, and I kind of recommend to go for him. But at the moment we will jump in those taunt loops. The first thing I want to show you is just him being by himself in a reflex and a merciless combination, like 4-4. And if he gets his skill reset, his taunt skill, we just open up his taunt skill. And if he gets one of those procs, then he will basically put a taunt loop completely by himself, which is not 100%. I know that, but it can just delay the part where you get an Eden and merciless and reflex that is proccing super often, not completely 100%, but it is a thing you can do. But the downside is you don't use the block buffs anymore, and it shouldn't be the case. So just a little mention about it, like you could do it, it was kind of a fun part I tried out, but it wasn't the most effective, but it can be used, it's not the worst in the world. So, but let's talk about a weird taunt loop. We do have a Painkeeper, and also, what's his name, Packmaster, right, Shayak. And the part about that team is that your taunt is 3-turn cooldown for 2 turns, so you want to reset it by 1 all the time, so you can just recast it every time it is basically falling off or is about to fall off. And how you get it done? By resetting his skill by 1. But also the skill about Painkeeper is on a 4-turn cooldown. So what can we do about it? We can make him the slowest, like he needs to be half as fast as Painkeeper. So if you have like a 250 Painkeeper, you need him like under 125. It's kind of the downside about a taunt loop like this, but it can be done. And so we go basically 4 times while he goes 2 times, and we reset all the time on the right set. And also having a Painkeeper in the team resetting all those other champions is also a nice thing, but we kind of lose his thing about his block buffs. We could make Painkeeper 350 speed and then yeah, 175 speed on our Packmaster, but it's still not the highest speed in the world, so his block buffs will fall out a little bit. I have not set up the right speeds right now. I'm not like having speed tuned anything, but don't you worry, I will make a video about it. But it is a little bit hard to prepare everything right now to show every single loop, and also have to do all those gear switches all the time. But yeah, like I said, you would do a Painkeeper, double as fast as your Packmaster, and then he can reset all the time by 1. And then your Packmaster does only his main skill and also his secondary skill. He never will use his A1 in that scenario, but it is on the end full auto. That is also a really nice thing. So yeah, basically the showcase is a little bit weak because my Packmaster is too fast right now. It is really too much, and it wouldn't be happening. But also another thing is put your Painkeeper in merciless and reflex, put your Packmaster, I kind of forget his name all the time, and put him also in merciless and reflex. And yeah, I think in that scenario you can just deal with being sometimes Eden, not really often because we got another cooldown in here, but you kind of deal with sometimes getting Eden, just free him up. But also you can use your Packmaster nicely fast, like 250 speed, Painkeeper 250 speed, and one of those merciless will be proccing really often. Like you have a lot of chances if you get a reset on your Painkeeper, that will also be a reset for your Packmaster, I forget his name all the time, for your Packmaster, and that will be even more stable, and you can just go faster on your Packmaster, so his block buffs will be viable again. And yeah, basically now we can just start it up. I know mine's merciless and right now I'm just gonna tell you in theory what you can do, and you never will get Eden right here. And if you use the merciless reflex combination, you also get your block buffs out there and your turn meter increase on him, and this is nice. Like it's really nice if you have the right combination. If you go super slow, the block buffs is just not happening for you too often, and that's kind of sad. But he also will be your mischief target, and that will just save you up from the mischief head all the time, and that's also a really nice thing. And I technically don't know why we got our buff stolen on our Pythion, like the attempt, but kind of, I think maybe he didn't cast his thingy already or something. But you know how it is, a mischief head just need the most buffs. He gets a couple of buffs on himself, so it should be way easier than usual. And yeah, here we go. He was actually the mischief target. And yeah, let's go talk about another taunt loop. It will be that one right here, just a near. The bad side about it is you need to manual it, because you need to fire that reset from your near all the time on your not Rurak. I'm kind of used to him on your Packmaster. But it also has another advantage. First of all, Nia is bringing decreased speed also. You can use that for your advantage 100%. It is a good thing. Also, when you use a Nia, because she is on a 3-turn cooldown, and also our Packmaster, again, the name, he is also on a 3-turn cooldown. But he needs to use his stuff in a kind of different way. But in this scenario, you can make your teams faster. And also, I will make a video about that one. No, don't you worry. But you can just make your team faster, like your Packmaster. And then he can actually use his stuff. I will just leave it on auto right now. It's probably not going to work, but you kind of know what I mean because you are listening. And yeah, that team is really nice. Kind of, you'd have to manual. That's kind of the sad part. But you get your taunt loop way easier, you get your skills ready from your new fusion, and you can actually use it to your advantage, and everything is just a little bit more easy because block buffs is just helpful so much, and it does not have a weak hit or something that is super, like, you kind of want it. So I kind of would recommend that one more, where the Nia you have to manual, or someone brings maybe like an auto clicker or something, and then you can just do it a little bit more easy, more effective, more damage, more decreased speeds, and kind of Nia's kit is just better than Painkeeper's overall. Yeah, of course Painkeeper's gonna reset all your other champions, and Nia's just that one, but you kind of have to decide for yourself what you're gonna do, and yeah, it's kind of it. I think on all the taunt loops I have for you today, there will probably be I don't think so. Yeah, maybe you can use other reset champions, that would be okay, but they kind of need to be insanely fast or him being super slow. I probably can do one with a Yumeko. Yes, probably, but then she's like 350 speed and he's like 120 or something. Could be done, yeah, no doubt, but it's just not happening for us right now, and I don't want to show it off. Like, that would be it's just too much for a taunt loop. When you bring a Yumeko with this kind of speeds and stuff, you probably have already other things in your arsenal. So yeah, that will be the end of the video. I showed you everything that I kind of came up with, and also I will make future videos about all those taunt loops and stuff, so you kind of know how to deal. So subscribe to the channel, don't forget it, leave a comment if you have any questions. We are gonna be on Discord, and we will also live stream, like I will live stream, and a couple of guys are joining, and we just, yeah, see what's happening. Sometimes you guys come up with crazy ideas, and we're just gonna test it, and yeah, it's gonna be nice for the community. Also, yeah, don't forget to press the like button, and yeah, have a nice day.